Welcome back to DS Trucks. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a problem that we've been having with our Fords. We've been having this issue with our 250 and our F450, and we've been chasing it down, and that is the trailer disconnected warning in the back of the truck. Now, we've tested everything on this to figure out why it's having this issue. We tested all the wiring going through the 7-way. We've tested everything, voltage coming out of the truck, and we just haven't been able to figure it out. But the other day, when we hooked up both trucks to both trailers at the same time, both trucks said trailer disconnected, and we were wondering, like, what the heck is going on? Why is it saying trailer disconnected on both trucks? Like, there's no way that both of these trucks are having the same issue with the truck where it's just not connecting. So what I did is I turned the trailer brake gain all the way to 10 and just applied the brake a few times. Let me show you what I did inside the truck. What I ended up doing is just turning my gain up to 10, just like this. And as soon as I hit the button to send 12 volts to the trailer, it would automatically give me the message, trailer disconnected. But like I said, we tested every single circuit. We tested the 7-way. We tested everything that we can test, and we still come up with a trailer disconnected. So what I ended up doing is just that, turn it up to 10 and applied it rapidly over and over, just like this. And eventually the trailer brake started working, and now it's just working. So I believe if you haven't pulled a trailer for a couple of days and it's cold outside, certain conditions are met, the trailer brakes might not get detected until they heat up. I found this out because we hooked up to a ton of weight, like 10,000 pounds. And it was in the middle of a snowstorm, and I had to get this machine to a property for like an emergency snow service, and the trailer brakes were not working. So the 450, I drove to the site. Well, first I was going to unload the machine and not even go. But I took the truck out here, and I did a couple test pulls and hit the brakes a few times just to get the brakes just to see how the stopping distance will be without trailer brakes. It wasn't too bad. So I drove the trailer a few miles to the site because it was an emergency snow service. I had to do what I had to do. Well, we get there, we do our work, we come back, and on the way back, the trailer brakes start working again. So I'm like, this is driving me crazy. Is there something like a loose wire on the trailer that's causing the trailer brakes to not work? I think it's when it's cold out. The brakes are cold. Maybe they're frozen. Maybe for some reason it's just cold and they're not working yet. But a little bit of heat on the axles and it starts working. Or before I even had it out, turned it up to 10, cranked it 5-6 times, and they freed up and the circuit started working. So I think if you're having a trailer warning, before you do anything or spend a ton of time diagnosing everything, because I had to pull all the wiring apart and checked everything, and it was like the trailer brakes were not working, but the emergency breakaway for the trailer was applying the brakes. So make sure everything's clean. The connections in the 7-way, if you have resistance in those connections, if it's dirty, if it's salt water in there, if salt somehow got into that 7-way connector, if there's corrosion or moisture in there, that can be an issue. But also, just being cold and harsh weather could potentially cause the trailer brake circuit not to function right away. And before you unhook everything and go to the dealership and the dealership starts chasing problems and they can't figure out the issues, go ahead and just apply the brakes, send all your voltage. I turned them up to 10 and I send all of my voltage straight back to the trailer, and eventually after about 5 or 6 applications they started working. And of course we pulled the trailer yesterday, now we hook up to it today and everything's working. So having the trailer sit around for a period of time seems to have an effect on this whole system. Another thing that we've gotten though is a light warning. You got a fast blinker here to the right, and it's kind of the same thing. I've had it like start working after just driving for a little while. So there's been times where I just turned on my four ways and just the truck sends the voltage back. Let's actually pop back there and take a look at how this looks. All right, so coming back here, it's weird. It's like it's working, but is it even blinking or dim or what? But it doesn't. If you get nothing there, but I'm telling you, I leave this thing flashing for a while, and eventually it starts. Let me wiggle the 7-way and see if it's something there. Wow. I think I need to replace this wire. Nothing? 12 power off? Okay.
Yeah, now that you plug it back in.
No, I didn't even unplug it.
No, it's not as bright as the other one was.
It's not as bright. No.
Yeah, no, see it dim.
Okay, so we found the issue with the truck and not detecting the trailer. So what we discovered is these cheap 7-way connectors that come with the truck or with the trailer are not that good, because I mean, think about it, they got to make God knows how many trailers a year, and how much money do they save by using a cheap wiring for the trailer? Looking at this compared to the replacement one that we just got, when we unplug it, if I can get it from this way, let's go ahead and unplug it, and let's take a look at how this looks compared to how this looks. Now you can see that there's a lot more copper. It grabs on both sides, versus this one side of the contact is going to be plastic and there's no give. It just, you have to shove it in there real hard in order for it to make contact, whereas this one you have a totally different look. You actually have the center pin with a connection, whereas this one they just said most trailers don't have that, so we are not going to put that in there. So no center pin, which is the reverse circuit. But on this one you can see totally different. Now when we plug this in, this blue one, let's go ahead and plug it in. It's now plugged in, and as we come across the back of the trailer, we can see that now the lights are flashing like they should. Before, one would get dim and one would be normal. So our connection wasn't that great in our old 7-way. Even though we had this damage, to the 7-way, none of the wires were cut. It was just the sheathing that was damaged. I believe just the difference in contact that comes with a cheaper hookup. So comment below, let me know what you think. It looks like this trailer is going to be up and running now. No more trailer disconnected. Now the trick, if you do constantly get trailer disconnected, you can try to turn the trailer brake gain all the way up, squeeze it a few times and see if, just the trailer itself is having an issue. It could be that the trailer is having a problem. Let's go ahead and take a look at this other trailer and see. Now, if you haven't pulled the trailer, for me, if I haven't pulled the trailer in a while and I turn around and hook up, then the trailer brakes might not work right away. Okay, on this one, same connectors like the new one that we just got, whereas this trailer, for whatever reason, just had a really cheap 7-way installed. So kind of interesting. This was a pretty cheap trailer too, but actually this was the expensive trailer that had the cheaper connections. But anyway, comment below. Let me know if you have problems with the trailer connecting to your 7-way. But my name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. See you in the next video. Over and out.